it's gonna be pretty low, right? Like you don't really want it to boil anymore. You just want it to simmer, right? I don't know. I don't really know what simmer means, but you know, you simmer it, right? And now you're ready to make chilaquiles. So you have the salsa right there. That's good. You could just use that for your tacos. The next step is chilaquiles, and here's the hint: chilaquiles is all you do is you take the chips, you put them in there, and you know let it run its course, and that's it. That's literally all you gotta do. So what you do with the chilaquiles is you grab them, right? And see, yeah, toss it. You don't want to toss it too hard. And now people ask me, well, how much do you put, blah, blah, blah. You do it until everything's submerged. You know, until you can't submerge them anymore. So you put them in, you press them down. Make sure you don't crush them, right? Because otherwise you don't want like, you know, you don't want to eat crumbs, right? This is where, like, if you have a chance to choose your, tortilla chips, you want the thicker the better, right? Because that way, you know, these things are going to get absorbed. They may crumble if you press too hard or if the salsa's too thick. So you really want as thick and strong chips as you can. That way you get that like nice, you know, like after picture. All right. So I'm going to add them. I'm going to keep adding them until they're all the way soaked. All right. So just add them chips. So keep going, and you just want to make sure that they're submerged. Yeah, let me show you. I'm still. So I'm adding them. You see that some stick out, but now you want to make sure everything gets at least a little bit submerged in the salsa, right? You do it gently so you don't crush. You don't want to, you know. See, that was a crunch. You don't want that. You know, you want to minimize the amount of crunchiness you get. And if you notice, while you're cooking in low heat, like the salsa is already getting thicker. You know, it's already getting thicker and giving you that like nice, you know, like less water. Like, see, it's still a little bit watery, which is good, but these tostada chips they're gonna absorb that, and the heat is gonna just, you know, get rid of that water. And that's it. It looks like for these, I'm just adding them nonstop. Like I'm pretty much out of the bag. You know, the bag I had like a couple because, you know, I'm a fatty. Oh yeah, life hack, right? If you want to, you know, I was just thinking about this. Like if I want to taste the salsa, you just do what you do on a dip, right? You just go in there, dip, make sure you don't get burned, like an idiot. Actually. Yeah, I think the salt was pretty good. So I don't know how much it was. Maybe it was like 2-3 teaspoons worth of salt. So that's it. And like I said, like less is more. You know, if you need to add a little bit more salt, add it. Don't be afraid. I mean, I don't know what you do if like you can't add any more salt, but then do it. And I can still add more. Like I'm gonna pretty much finish the bag for this. Mix them up, and you want, like I said, like you still want it at the lowest heat possible because you're done cooking the actual stuff. You're really just making sure that the salsa gets absorbed into the chips. Yeah, salsa gets absorbed into the chips. So that is. This is where I miss my dogs. They would eat all this stuff. All right. And there it is. And you notice, I mean, this made a ton. Like, this is gonna be my breakfast for the whole weekend. Oh, I'm like so looking forward to this. Oh yeah. I never thought it was like, you know, learn how to cook. And I don't know if you can tell from the videos, I'm not a good cook at all. So people, I'm sure, can do much better than me. All right. Let me show you guys the salmon finished product. You'll see that's pretty much it. I mean, we made it. I'm just gonna let it simmer. Like, what we can do is I just let it simmer some more. Eventually, it gets dehydrated. You don't want to you don't want to completely dry them out, but you just let it sit for whatever amount of time. I mean, you like just lower the heat and just let it go all the way. Looks bomb. Oh, thank you. Why do you have to cook it after blending? That's a really good question. So the reason I cook it, it's just taste. It's literally taste. Like you could eat it like just fresh, and there's no problem with it. Cooking it just gives it a little bit different taste, and some people like it cooked, some people like it like just the way it is. For the chilaquiles, you have to cook it no matter what, just to get the consistency, to get the water out, and to just to get the consistency. So for the chilaquiles cooking, you have to do it, but for regular like consumption, no. Like I could have made like a taco and had something like that, been good. All right, let's see. Any more questions? Crumble. That's it. All right, good. Okay. There we go. Like you can see, you're still getting evaporated a lot of moisture in it, which is good. But we'll do a couple more rounds so they're getting consistent. I might have added a little bit too much chips. These chips, I honestly, I just want to store up whatever. Like I just got like the HEB whatever sauce, so you can see it. They're kind of like already like really mushy. So I know there's better chips around, but I haven't. Like I'm tired coming from homework. I just want to grab this and do it. But that's it. We'll wait a little bit more time, and then we should be good to go. Let me grab a plate. I know those like for example the one in the picture, right, where they put the I love that. The one in the picture where they put the eggs avocado, that's just like that's just like to make it fancy and sell it. Like real chilaquiles, you get them like that. You put them in the plate, you put the eggs next to it, and then you just go to town when you're hungry. I'm not gonna make the eggs because I'm lazy and it's not breakfast. So, but that's it. I think we're good to go. Like I said, like you can leave it any amount of time, it doesn't matter. It's not quite ready, but whatever. All right, we're ready to serve. So let's go ahead and let's do the big reveal. All right, we got the consistency here. There we go. So this is the final product. Again, it looks a little bit mushy, right? Which is okay. Like I said, like the thicker chip you get, the less mushy you get, But you got some like hard parts to it. But that's, if you notice, this is more fresh. That one's been sitting out a little while. That one, I think they probably had more chips and slightly less salsa to it than the picture. But this is the one I'm used to. I love the salsa, so why not put it? Then you grab your cheese, right, and you just, sprinkle it. Right? That's still sort of crumpling to do, whatever. You just, so you make it rain. And then sprinkle some crack in it. God, I love this cheese. What's weird though is when I was little, I used to hate this cheese because it never melted. Like, I was watching like the cartoons and stuff of like cheese, and I was like, oh man, I want that melted cheese and everything. My mom like, nah, come in, queso fresco, it's better. And so I was like, no, but like it doesn't melt. Like, what kind of cheese doesn't fucking melt? Well, it's this one. But it ended up tasting pretty good. And then you have that. Then you. Grab a spoon. I know, I still have. I'm pretty tired cooking because I'm so lazy. You grab a little bit of crema. So this is like it's not quite. You could use sour cream, but like queso crema is like it's like a little bit different. So it literally looks like sour cream. It's like Mexico's version of sour cream, and you just kind of like add it on there. you know, like it's mostly for show. Like adding it in there, eventually you want to, you know, you're just gonna mix it together. But that's it. I mean, this is ready to go. Like if you make an egg, you can. I kind of want to make an egg. You figure out like when you cook it, you're like, oh man, you know, maybe want to make. You know what? Screw it. Let's do it. Let's add an egg to this. But that's it. There you have it. There is your final dish, as per promise. Let's just cook an egg. Screw it. I'm gonna make a sunny side up. Okay, I don't have any eggs, so no, I do. Alright, we might as well. We're gonna go full try hard on this. All right, we're gonna make the egg. We're gonna have the final, picture. We're gonna do whatever. I know. I should use like another pan, but I don't want to I give up. In hindsight, I could have done this ahead of time, but like eggs really taste good, like when they're right out of the, how they cook things. All right, there we go. Oh, we got some good. Looks good, but are the chips soggy? So they're a little bit soggy because I have enough there. And you know what? Let me actually keep heating this. That's a good question, right? So yes, they do get soggy, right? But the longer you let it simmer, let it like slow cook and everything, it eventually it won't get crunchy. Like you're gonna lose the crunchiness out of the chips, but but they're gonna be soggy, but not that soggy. Like you'll see the consistency. The consistency is actually good. Like it's just like a smooth consistency. But yes, you're not like this should not end up crunchy like it did before. Good questions, man. See, that's one thing I love about streaming is you get to interact with people and show you questions. If I'm doing this video, forget it. Like I'm gonna miss stuff. I'm not gonna answer like questions like that. You don't get any feedback, so it's kind of cool like being able to do this like live with people actually like with people actually writing stuff. But good question. Wolverine 4545. All right, you've been a big patron of this stream. All right, egg. All right, we gotta heat it up. Put the feedback low. We're just gonna do one because we'll do it. And then people cook it. And if I was on camera, I would literally just use this spoon because whatever. But I have to show some decency, right? Yeah, make this egg. Well, all right. You want to? All right. Pro tip: don't you want to make sure you add enough oil or whatever is that. Like I think there's cooking spray that you can use. I put this way too hot heat. I mean, this egg is just hot and shit. I made this stuff with time, but. Oh fuck! I love sunny side eggs, but it just turned over. There we go. All right. Dude, that is like the worst thing ever. Like, I always love sunny side eggs, but the stupid but then when it flips over, it just looks terrible. All right. There we go. We are ready for a nice lunch. Don't make fun of the egg, but there it is. There is your final Chilaquiles dish. Now one thing is to make it look good, but I have to, you have to try it, right? You can always add salt too, like as you go. But you want to grab it, you mix it with a little bit of the crema. You got the cheese in there. You know, make sure you get a little cheese. Oh man, yeah. Oh, I forgot to mention, right? So now, good question. Like, hey, say you get up to this point, you taste the salsa, and you're like, fuck, it's really, really spicy. The crema is really good at what do you call it? The crema is really good at neutralizing that spicy stuff. So, you know that. So yeah. So just add a little bit more. You know, if you like the crema, like yeah, just go to town on it. You know, don't overdo it, but you know, just add as much as it makes it taste better. Like enough to neutralize the spicy stuff. But, oh man. You can taste the cheese too at it, and oh, the salsa is so good. Oh my god, I gotta shut up the stream. It's just good. The egg, you enjoy it. So that's it. You know, thank you guys for tuning in, and you know, happy Cinco de Mayo, right? Yeah, thank you guys. Any more questions before we end the stream? Rosagagi looks bomb. All right. I know I'm like repeating like the 5 comments that I got, but no, that's it. Thank you guys for joining the stream. And, oh man, this is it's a good dinner. You know, like I said, like you want to make this during breakfast. Like you serve this during breakfast when you have like a hangover. You know, a nice Sunday. You know, I cooked this New Year's Eve or New Year, maybe it's no New Year's Eve we were done. But New Year's Eve for some of my friends, you know, like after we had like a nice little vendor, and they seem to like it. So, you know, it's a good dish. You know, if you ask me like what the origin of it is, Mexico. But good. Hey, thanks a lot, man. Thank you very much, Wolverine45. All right, guys. That's it. I'm ending the stream. Thank you very much for joining. As always, click the follow button, and when I post this on YouTube, click the subscribe button on YouTube, right? Yeah. Make me internet famous. Later, homie. All right, thanks, Musky Lingus. You take care, guys. All right, guys. Take care.